And I will start. The first speaker tonight is Sid Stephen.
Thank you. Yes,
welcome.
My name is Sid Stephen. I'm the owner of the Stagecoach Trail bus facility that the district uses to park its buses at. And if I can get this document camera to work here. I didn't have a Mac computer, so I couldn't hook up to your projector, so I'm already at a disadvantage here. Let's see if I can do it this way. So that's the site. You're probably aware of that. And so my reason for attending tonight is there's been some misconceptions about the possible presence of hazardous waste on this site. And I wish to dispel that as follows. So this memo here is the first page of the MPCA study that the district's been using to question whether it should stay at this facility or not because of the presence of hazardous waste. This is a many-page document. This is the first page, but it's the 1995 study that you've been using. And I just want to show where those samples were taken from. This is called the NSP Junker site. So this is going to be a little tricky to do, but so what you see here is this is the geographic coordinates that are in that study that say where that site is, exact geographic coordinates. I had the Washington County surveyor plot those on an aerial photo. So they're up here. You can't see it very well, but there's a yellow X, but you have all this in your packets here, okay? So there's that 839, it's 839 feet north of where the buses are, is where that site is, all right? There's also 3 residences and 2 large vacant parcels in the mean before you get to the site. This aerial photo is taken in 1969. And if you zoom in where this circle is here, you can actually see some barrels from that dump site, exactly the same location as the coordinates on the other map. All right, so that was in 1969 before the bus facility existed. Notice the north wall of the prison here. No, there's nobody climbing over it, right? Very hard to see, but my intent here is to show that the north wall of the prison is right here, and here's the dump site, and way down here is the bus facility. So again, it's showing over 900 feet away. So when I purchased the property, I did have a Phase 1 assessment done. And so I want to tell you that there's several citations in this study that say where the Junker site is, and the fact that it's not even listed on this report is because it's at least a quarter mile away. You've got that there. It's the same thing here. It's not the same site. And the disparity comes because Junker owned both sites, and so it's easy to think. I could see why you would think that it's the same place. It isn't. He owned the sanitation transfer site, which is the bus facility, and he owned this toxic dump. Now I did have. I want to be transparent here. They did find debris on my site when they did the Phase 2 study. They did do a Phase 2 study, and they found construction demolition debris. They knocked the building down and legally buried it on site. So there's concrete, there's 2x4s, glass, whatnot. And that was dug up in a trenching operation, but it's not toxic. That's the main point, all right? So my point is that the board can still happily consider this site and stay there. And so it's a fraction of the cost of what you've been considering elsewhere. And so you spent a lot of money on a fuel station there 10 years ago. You spent a lot of money on the plug-ins for the buses. And there's a turning lane that was put in on the county road. And you can either renew the long-term lease, or you can purchase the property for a fraction of what you've been looking at.
Great.
There's no issues, no barriers that remain as far as I can tell. So
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And I know you handed us this packet, and this contains the information that you were showing. So if anyone has any questions, they can certainly get a hold of you.
See it better.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.